Sorry. Is it audible right now? Yeah. Is it audible? Yes. Need a confirmation. All right. Perfect. Hope you guys are doing well. So need an update. Like we have covered so much topic yesterday session. So voice still not coming? I guess it's there. Just make it live. It will be working. Just click on the live and that there is a red dot and live button. Just click there. All right. So all right. So there is a link for the student ambassador program. You guys can join there. But before that, we have covered few topic yesterday. So what we have covered yesterday, we have talked about asynchronous programming. We have talked about the file system, and we have learned about the command line arguments and we have built a basic utility app yesterday. All right. So can any one of you tell me about like what you have doubt or anything? Let me share the screen about the topics that we have covered yesterday so that you guys can just tell me like what is covered and what doubts you have. Okay, just give me a minute. Anything you can. Have you guys, how many of you have done with the assignment? Anyone who are done with the assignment? Yes. If you are done, just write done in the chat. Let me see how many of you have really completed. Yes, let's see. Anyone who has completed? Okay, I got a reply. Others, I just want your response because unless and until you try, it's very difficult for you to understand. Okay. What I want is, are you doing the assignment correctly or not? All right, today's topic is very important. Okay, so I need to share the screen. So let's get started. Okay, before starting, can anyone tell me, do you know there is something called as web server? Can anyone tell me about web server? What is a web server? Yes, anyone tell me what is a web server? Yes. Yes. Let me know in the chat. What is a web server? Okay. All right. Website hosting server. Okay. All right. Good evening, Vaishnavi. Yeah. All right. Any other answers? Neon Gaming has already answered. Web server is a building breeze for backend and front end. Okay. Very good, Amit. Cool. Other, I want replies from others too. Till then, I am sharing the screen. Just respond. What is a web server? Yes, others guys do reply. Yes. All right. So let me start with that note. So I got one more reply from Pravakar, a web server to store the data of web application user. Okay. All right. All right. So if you are enjoying the sessions, just hit a like and let me start. So imagine, so let's start with the current topic. Okay. So today's topic is web development with Node.js. Okay. It's basically web. We have already started directly, but we haven't gone through in detail. So yesterday, what I was doing is I was giving you a glance of the code. Okay, there are few changes which I'll be telling you today. And as promised yesterday, I'll be showing you the output of the weather program. Okay. How many of you are interested to see the output of the weather report program, which we have already like done yesterday? How many of you want to see the output of the weather program? Yes. Anyone who is interested for the weather program? Okay, today what I will also do is I will also say you about the where to get the API keys for the program, and also I will tell you how to how to get the JSON response of this program. Okay, I got only one response. There are so many people, around 45 people are there. Yes, all right. Excited? Just write I am in the chat. Okay, so today's topic is let's me make a new text file for today, day3.txt. All right, so the first thing what we are going to learn now is the web server. Right, so imagine something. The web server is something as your, imagine you are a chef. Okay, imagine you are a chef and you are asked to whip a delicious pizza. Okay, imagine yourself as a chef and you are asked to whip a delicious pizza. Now what you want to do is you want to share it with whole world. But just like you need a just like to do that, you need a kitchen restaurant to serve this hungry customers. There are few hungry customers who are looking for the pizza, and for that you need a restaurant to serve this customer. You need a restaurant kitchen to serve this hungry customer. So the website need a web server, okay, to deliver content to user, just like you need a restaurant to serve the hungry customers right here, the all the delicious pizza. Similarly, the websites, okay, need these web server to deliver the content to the users. Okay, somewhere relatable. If relatable, just write R in the chat. Are you getting, guys? Reply relatable in the chat if it is, if you are getting it. Okay, if you want me to explain, I'm explaining you again. Imagine you want to make a delicious pizza and you want to serve the world. But for that, just like you need a restaurant to serve this customer, similarly, you need a web server to deliver content to the users in the website. Okay, this is what you can relate to. So this web server is like, the web server right here in this particular context is like your restaurant's kitchen. Okay, and st- restaurant kitchen and the serving stand combined, both combined thing works here as the server. Okay, one is the restaurant kitchen and the two is the serving staffs. Okay, why I am telling this, just you will be noting point. So what I have told, restaurant kitchen plus serving staffs. Okay, all right. Are you guys getting it? Okay. So this is something like that. It receives the request from the user browser. Okay. What happens? The server receives the request. Okay. Receives request from server browser. Just like you are receiving the order request from the hungry customers. Okay. And fetch the appropriate resources. Which resources are appropriate? It fetches those information like your pizza recipe or any kind of website files and deliver them back in the format that browser understands. Okay, it receives the request, fetch the appropriate resources, does the processing inside the server, and delivers the request in the format that the browser will understand. And in this particular case, delivers the delicious pizza that the customers loves to eat. So this is how the whole scenario of web server work. Okay, all right, is it clear? Okay. Yeah, Abhishek. I'll be telling you the callback with the code, and I will be also showing it. Once we complete the web server part, I'll be jumping to that particular part. Okay, cool. Is it fine, Abhishek? All right. I'll show you the output. Even I will share the important links in the chat today for that. And even if time permits, we'll also do one more project today. Okay. So let's start with I'll give you a glimpse of everything. No need to worry, and we'll do few the codes and execute it. Okay. All right. So let's move to the next part of the web server. All right. Let's break down the role of web server step by step. Okay. Let's break down the role of web server. Okay. Sorry. Let's do it step by step. Step number one, what it can be. Step number is customer places order. Okay. Understand it? It's already explained. Okay. Here, when you type a URL in your browser, okay, it is similar to like placing an order for a specific menu for a specific dish in the menu. Okay. The URL tells the browser where to go. Okay. In this particular case, the URL tells the browser where they want to go and what to request. Like in this particular case, you are requesting for giving you a delicious pizza that might be farm press pizza, that might be cheesy chicken pizza, anything. You give a specific request through this following URL of the browser. Then what happens? The next breakdown is the role is server. So what does this server do right here? So basically, the, here in this case, order travels to kitchen, and here the server roles comes in. So here what happens? Okay, the browser sends the request to the web server with the specified URL like what you need accordingly. This request include the information like you requested for the resources, files, images, etc. What and the browser's capabilities according to the browser capabilities, and all these informations are passed through this URL. Okay, so the order in this case, in the kitchen context, the order travels to the kitchen. So here the information that you need, the resources, website, file, images, are requested right here. Then the next part is the processing part, that is kitchen prepares the order. All right, so this is the processing part. Okay, and here what happens? The process the request. You have sent a request. Now the work is to process the request. Okay. All right. Is it understandable? So what here the process, the web server receives the request, identify all the requested resources, the images, all anything what you have requested in the URL, and retrieves it from the storage. Okay. In this particular case, like the safe is grabbing the pizza recipe and doing the preparation. Okay, safe is grabbing the pizza recipe and doing all the preparation. Similarly, the web server receives the request, identifies the request resources, and retrieves those information from the server. Okay, then comes the fourth step. Okay, fourth step. What can be the fourth step? That is the order delivered to customer or response sent. Okay, so here the web server prepares the resources for the delivery, formats is how the browser will understand, and delivers it, just like delivering your properly presented pizza to the customer. How they will understand the proper presented pizza, how they will understand that this recipe what I am served with is a pizza. Okay, then it sends back this to the browser. So now the request is sent from the server. And the fifth step is request is sent. Now the happy ending time here. What? The customer enjoys the meal. Okay, enjoys the meal. Okay, so here what happens? Displayed in browser. All right, so this is the complete breakdown. I hope in this particular part no one has any kind of doubt, any kind of issues. Does anyone have? Yes. All clear? If it is clear, I just want clear in the chat. Everyone, I just want clear in the chat if it is clear. If it is clear. And there is an upcoming workshop for the 3 hours prompt engineering. You can enroll it. But if it is clear, just write clear. I got clear, too clear only. 58 people are there. I just want you to be super active. Guys, yes, only four. Okay. All right. Surya Naranjana. All right, very good. Prabhakar Sharma, very good. Kedarnath, yes, all right. So now you know what a web server. So let's understand the type of web server. Okay, can anyone tell me if you know any type of web server? Can anyone tell me the type of web server? Just write some of the names. Yes, yes. Can anyone tell me web server types? Okay, no issues. Those who have any idea, you can tell. Let's see how many of you can. All right. Anyone? Okay, there are different type of web servers available, and everyone has its own strength and weaknesses. Like similar to the different kind of restaurants. One restaurant is efficient in making Indian foods, Indian cuisines. One restaurant is efficient in making pizzas, making delicious pizzas, Italian cuisines. One restaurant is like famous in making Odia cuisines, the cuisine based in Odia or Odisha, all those stuffs. So different depending on different scenarios, different restaurants are efficient in. Similarly, we have few different kind of web server, but few of the popular choices of the servers or the environment. Okay, what you can say is we can talk about not exactly types. One which you know is Apache. Has anyone heard about Apache? Yes, no. Then Node.js. Okay, and one you can go is there are much more. These are the few prominent one. All right, clear? Yes. Okay. AWS. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Very good. Yes. There are lot. There are lot. Um. So I'm telling. Let's move. So why I'm telling this is we have Apache, you have light PD, okay, LITT. You might have known about the Jigsaw server. You might have known about Node.js, which we are learning. Okay, there is one as IIS. Also, you can talk about. Okay, there are three types. Okay, basically the server are three types. We are talking about web server. The server, if you talk about server, there is a web server, there is a mail server, and there is a virtual servers. Okay, there are different kind of servers. Server, if you but these are what the prominent web servers. These are the what you can say not types. The what you can say prominent web servers. Okay, what you can say. Yeah. So here, and let's talk about the what exactly in difference. Okay, these are yes, Google, Apache. There's the but yeah. So Apache, if you talk about Apache, it is powerful, versatile, and it is very oftenly used for high traffic websites. Okay, Apache is used. In Nginx, it is known for its also for the performance efficiency, but it is used only mostly for the static content delivery and all. But Node.js, this is a JavaScript runtime environment. Okay, what is Node.js? It is a JavaScript runtime environment that can also function as a web server, and benefit is it is offering different kind of real-time capabilities that makes it stand out. Okay, so why we are the main part now is why Node.js, why not other, why Node.js for web dev. Can anyone tell me? Does anyone have idea why Node.js? Those who already know, can anyone tell me why we are using Node.js? Yes, very good. I got different kind of answer. Very good, everyone. But why Node.js? Anyone can tell me why we are using Node.js? Yes. What's the benefit? Does it has its benefit? Can anyone tell me what's the benefit of using Node.js? Yes, 47 people. Where are you? Just quickly. I just want your response. And those who haven't marked the attendance, quickly mark your attendance, please. Yes, web server. Okay, I got one answer from Nagraj. Web server, easy to access from family. Very good. Okay, others, quickly, quickly. Yeah. All right. First thing is a few people have doubt about the threading. Okay. Single, it is one of the advantages is single threaded and event driven architecture. I have already explained about the event driven architecture. So basically what it does is it handles many concurrent requests. Okay, let me event driven. Bad in spelling, please help me out with this. One is event, so it handles different kind of concurrent requests efficiently, and this is ideal for different kind of real-time applications like chat rooms, live updates, everything. Okay, like we have built for the YouTube chat stuff. Okay, so basically I'll give you an idea also that, and the next is the JavaScript everywhere. What's that? That means it uses the same language, both the front end and back end. You are using the JavaScript, and it reduces the context switching, or you can say complexity. Okay, that is why, and it has a very large community. That is the third point. Okay, large community. I have already explained about this, but this advantages. These are the just giving you a quick recap. So by understanding, so these are different roles of a web servers. So what I'll do now, okay, we'll quickly set up a basic HTTP server using Node.js. Okay, so we'll do a complete hands-on now. Are you guys ready for the hands-on? How many of you are ready for the hands-on? Yes, just write ready in the chat. Yes. Yes, yes. All right. So what we are covering right now is we will do the setting up web server. Save it. So in the class, let's make a folder web server. Let me go to this. Open an integrated terminal. Okay. Let's close everything. Close all. Okay. Now we are ready right here. So basically, let's do a server. Let's have we have created a basic directory for the server. Okay. Now let's do the basic initialization. npm init fny. All right. So now the basic initialization is done. Okay. And we have generated a package.json file. Okay. So the code which I wrote is command npm init hyphen y. All right. So the basic package.json for our required project is now being ready. All right. So how many of you are doing right now along with me? Anyone? Yes. Anyone who is doing along with me right now? All right. Do along with me because yes. All right. So let's do, we have initialized the project. Okay. We have created the basic things. So now we need few dependencies. Okay, let's install few of the dependencies. We need a built-in H. We will here we need few dependencies. One, we need a built-in HTTP module in the Node.js for the server. Okay, we will use that, and another one is Express framework. We will be using a Express framework for this demo purpose. So how to install this Express? Let's see how we can install the Express. Write npm, sorry, just give me a minute. Yes, write npm. Okay, can I then install Express? It will take some time. Okay, npm, here is a command, npm install Express. Just write this command. Okay, clear about the command? Any doubt? Clear about the command? Yes, clear in the chat if it is clear. I have one doubt while working with Node. You need to remember all. No, you don't need to remember. You first, the Nagaraj, the basic understanding is you need to have the basic. If you start remembering code, na, you won't be a good programmer. You need to have a clear understanding of what you are going to do. So that's why before doing any project yesterday, I was not directly jumping into the code. Let it be the YouTube live chat, or let it be the weather app. I was not directly jumping to the code. First, understand what exactly you want to do, understand what dependencies you need, what are the resources you need, and how you want to do. Then jump into the code. Do not directly jump into the code, and do not try to remember things. You have a few basic things you need to remember, like basic stuff, server installation, npm start or npm. These are the basic things, but do not hardcorely remember stuff. Okay. Breakdown, yeah, breakdown of task is a major thing. Do not understand first you need to have clear understanding what you are going to do, then jump to the code. All right, so let's start with the project. You can see it is already installed, 12 packages are there, and here you can see a directory has already come up with the express resources. All right, so right now we have express installed in our project, and here you can see, if you go to the package.json right here, okay, click on the correct project package.json file. Since we have installed express, now you can see dependencies is updated. We have installed the express version of 4.18.2. All right, so now From this, you can confirm that the Express has been installed in the code. All right. So now Express is installed. We will be using the built-in HTTP module. Okay. Let's create one more thing. Okay. We need to create a server.js file. Okay. Which will be our main server file. Okay. Let's create that. Let's create a server here. .js. Okay. You can see server.js file is already created right here, and here we need to few write code for few of the stops. Okay, we need to write the code for few of the stops. All right, so let's do that, but one more thing you guys need to do is, yes, for this, before writing to the code, what exactly we need to do? We need two modules for this project. Okay, we need two modules for this project, so we need to import those two modules first in this, in our particular code. Okay, we need to, what we need to do? We need to import two modules to our code. So first module, what we need to import is the HTTP. Okay, second module, we have installed it, but we have not implemented it in our project. Okay, that's the very important thing you are doing. So many people think we have already installed it, but why it is not working? The first thing you need to see is, have you imported those installed dependencies in your required project or not? So two, a built-in HTTP module we need, and the Express which we have installed. So const HTTP equals require, and then curly braces, single quote, HTTP, right? Save it. Then we are doing the import. Okay, const express equals require. Okay, so we are done with the import of the two models. Okay, now is the, let's create a express app instance. Okay, like we have created const app, okay, equals to express. Save it. So here we have created an express app instance. So we will use the express routing or the basic handler you can use. Okay, both way you can use. So for now, what we can do is, let's create the routing. So I'll explain the code. No need to worry. Const server equals to, we need to create a server, HTTP dot create server. Okay, request comma response error bracket. All right, so this is a basic handler we are using. Okay, so this is, let's say, is basic handler. You can use the express routing or the basic handler, it's up to you. So I'm telling you the basic handler. Express routing also I'll be telling you how to do that. Again, if, let's start with this. If condition is requested, where you guys will be unable to understand, you guys can just drop a message, drop in the chat. I'll be helping you guys. Okay, so if condition is there, and what it does, so it checks the root path, checks for the root path. Where you are unable to understand, just let me know, because this mostly are there in the JavaScript, might be no, but in case response, no, there's another response right head. Okay, set the, we are setting the, what you can say is the response header. Okay, so right head, it's 200 content type equal to text slash plain text. One more thing I think we missed. Let's keep it this way. Or let's then since this is like not since a standard sets a response ADER. How many of you can are unable to understand this part? Or yes, you can use try catch. Yes, you can use. And just saying you a basic version, just a getting started version. I'll also tell you the express version also. Tell you multiple instances so that where you see the code, anytime you face the code, you can use it. Okay. Or uh, just give me a minute. What we guys can do. Okay. Why it is not working? Okay. Till then, it's clear. Let's do few changes right here. Mm, you can you can break down the code, but let's not do that. Yeah, you will do in the try catch block. Okay. Mm, set response header is set. Okay. Response dot end hello from basic HTTP server. I'll tell you in the try catch block also how to do slash n because of the sending in the next line. Okay. Ends the response or sends the response with a simple message. Okay. If else, then if you want to use the try catch block, then how to do this also I'll tell you. There is remember this is not the most efficient way. This is for the demonstration. Efficiency can be increased by moving different, making it more modular, like separating the express part, separating the request part. That also you can do. This is just for your demonstration. Dot right where right head. Which line you are unable to understand? Just let me know. So it is error code 404. 200 is successful. 200 is header is like what you can say is it is successful. HTTP status. Sorry, 200 is successful. 40 is page not found. Or if you get if the header received 404 for the page not found, then what we can do is content. Mm, type this will be text hyphen plain text hyphen plain, and this is for 404 not found. Okay. Then response dot end. Which line you can tell me, Ella? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. All right. Now we are done with the else if part. I think everything is all right. Okay. Now the start of the start when the server start, it's start listening to all the requests and okay. So server dot listen. I'll explain you. No need to worry. At port 3000, server listening on port 3000. So here, what this means the server starts listening at this particular port. Okay. And here, what we will do is console.log when the to log when the server has successfully started listening. Server listning on port 3000. Let me save it. Let me drag this code and tell me which line you are facing difficulty in understanding. So we have imported the HTTP and Express. We define the basic server function. Okay, we check the requested URL and sends the response accordingly. Okay, so this is the basic thing what we are doing right now. Now what I want you guys to do is uh, which part you want me to explain. Yes, which part you want me to explain. No, 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 it is not. Can we? Yes, yeah, yes. Which part you want me to explain? Oh, sorry. Sorry for the camera issues. Yeah, all right. Why didn't you use app dot? Yes, we can use. So we can use, but just a demonstration response rate. Yes. So basically, let me tell you what the code is. So here, what we have done is we have imported the built-in HTTP. Okay, and how using app.get you can do. I'll also tell you that. Here we have imported Express. Now it is importing the Express framework. Okay, this is the basic handler. App.get also I'll be telling. Okay, I'll tell you the option. So here, then in const express, here it creates a express application instance right here, used for defining the routes, handles, everything. Then app, yes, constant server, create HTTP server. Here we create an actual HTTP server using the HTTP module in this particular line. Okay, this provide a callback function that serves as a request handler. Okay, and the anonymous function that receives two arguments. Here we have an anonymous function that receives two arguments. Okay, in this anonymous function we have request and response object. Okay, if requested URL equals to this, else this. Okay, so checks if the URL that you are requesting. So if the URL is the root path, that is this forward slash a OK status, this 200 is a OK response status is sent with the message that hello from this. If the requested URL is this, okay, or else otherwise it will send the 404 not found response as a response status that it is not sent. Okay, and it starts the server. Okay, listen, it starts the server and tells to listen on port number 3000. then it provides a callback function that execute once the server starts listening. Okay, it has a callback function and it executes once the server start in this particular case it logs the message to the console that you are running at port 3000. Okay, and few of you are talking about this is a simple handler. Okay, this is a simple handler and how to use the express handler. Okay, so for express handler and few of you are telling about using the app.get. Okay, let me also explain you that you can do that using the express handler. This is the basic handler. Using the express handler you can just use app.get. Okay, app.get for now, and then what you can do is code forward slash. Okay, then what you can do the same request my response, the callbacks. Sorry. And here the same thing we are doing, we are using express right here. Okay, response dot send file. What we can do is the this way uh, or yes, so directory name plus directory name is current directory, or what we can do is index.html. Okay, all right, so let's do this. Okay, and any doubts? Yes, any questions right here? No. And here we need to do one more change is const server equals to http dot create server app. So basically this pass the express app to the server. All right, so here we do not, in this case we do not need the basic handler. So this I was saying what is the basic handler, and this is how you can do using the express handler using app.get. Okay, so the two things, two scenarios I wanted you to show. Save it. Is the code all right? Okay, now it's your time. Check if the code is all right, or will it work? How many say it will work? How many says it will show us error if we run server.js? Error how many, and how many says it will work? Let's see. We can see now this is successful and this server is, you can see this code is working successfully. Now we have successfully able to run the server, and you can see it is logged, server is listening at port 3000. Clear? Any questions right here? Now are you able to, now we have here this part is for the server creation. Okay, creates a server, but instead of passing the callback function we pass the express app, and this integrates the express app with the server. Okay, letting it handle to all the requests based on the routes. All the requests you send here using the app get, it will handle right here, and the server starts at listening point 3000. All right, we don't have any index.html, but yeah, we'll do one. I hope this part is clear, but one more thing I need to tell. Let me tell you this part. Uh, let's create this new file. Port already one is running now. 5500. Let's run. All right. So now we will come to that particular part, but let's I need to make it. Okay. Few changes I need to make. All right. Sir, query on. Yes, any doubt you can ask me right here. 3000. Sorry. Save it. For now, let's start node server port local host port 3000. No such file directory. Okay, the file path. Okay, that's the reason. We need to store it. Yes, public. Yeah, that will do. All right. Any question? Shall we use Postman API handler? Yeah, you can use Postman. No issues. So now is it? No, it will copy paths. Let me do one more thing. But yes, there is one thing we have not done. Yes, there is a very easy thing. Yes, file path name. Yes, exactly. Because we have that is the basic thing. What we need to do is the absolute path. Okay. Can anyone fix this? Yes. This is you. Okay. You need to fix this particular path. Okay. The error is here. Okay. You need to fix it. This is your assignment. I'm sending you the code right now, the link. Okay. So understand this. The server started listening. Okay. But there is no such file. So once you are sending the request from the port 3000, no such file or directory is there because of the directory file path is missing. So that you need to fix it. The error I am sending you right here. So this is the error. So because of the file path, you need to fix this error. Okay. Fix the error. Alright. Okay. So here I'm giving you a hint is directory name, directory file path. Okay, so here is the, also I have given you a hint, fix this and complete this as one of your assignment. Okay, yes, okay, I think few has done. Okay, guys, you do, you guys do, and also check the file path. Okay, file path also you need to check, that also you need to do. Okay, many of you are saying / index.html, but that won't help you guys. Will it? Let me save it. No, it don't. I'll show you. Okay. What I'll do is open the browser. Okay. And type localhost port 3000. Okay. What you need to do, open your browser, send a request. Okay. And it will show you this error. Okay. Once it is done, what you need to do is type this in your browser. Okay. And when you type it, you will get this error. Okay. Search for this error and fix the error. Okay, even if you give, let's say if you give /, okay, instead of index, will it fix? How many say it will fix? So fix this and full path is required. Yes, exactly, full path is required. So you need to do it and complete it. And what is the alternative? Fix this and let me know in the next class, or in, you can communicate it and fix it. So that's it. We have created the server. Let's move to the next is building a, I will tell you a brief introduction right here about Express. We have already used Express. Let's understand why we are using Express right here in this particular project. Why we need Express, not the built-in functionalities. Why we need to import the another dependencies for this project. Why we are using Express. One is reason is you can see the difference between the code without using Express, the request handling, everything we need to, and with using Express. All right. So let me go and tell this in details first. Okay. So let's start with the first thing which we'll be learning is introduction. I'll give you an introduction to Express.js and what is Express.js and why we are using it. All right. So next topic is intro to Express. Already from yesterday, we guys are using Express.js, so you might have a glimpse of that what it is. So here also let's take the example of kitchen. Since I am a foodie, so always I am dragged into food and all. So examples are associated with the kitchen. Hope you don't mind. So Express.js, you can imagine it as a well organized kitchen in a busy restaurant. Imagine there is a busy restaurant and it has a well organized kitchen which simplifies all your tasks. So basically, instead of getting tensed while fulfilling order, facing difficulties, what we have a designated resources for doing designated task. Like we have a special point for curry, we have a special point for cutting and all stuff. Similarly, you have a designation station in Express for every particular task, from taking the request, that is the routes, to preparing the ingredient, that is the handling all the data, from taking the request, that is routes, from routing to handling data, and delivering the resources, that is the responses, taking routing, handling data, and responses. All of this are handled by Express. So this is what the magic Express JS does. So if you understand Express JS, what I told right now, just write Express, understand you Express or IGT in the chat. I got it. If you got it, just write IGT in the chat. Yes, anyone who are able to understand what is the Express? It's like a well organized kitchen where every task has a designated space. Okay, one handles the taking the request, that is routing. One handles the you're handling preparing the ingredients, that is the handling the data, and other is sending the response. So what is the Express? Simply, if you put it, Express is a very minimalist but very powerful wave framework. Okay, it is very minimal but a very powerful wave framework that is built on top of Node.js. Express.js is built on top of Node.js. Okay, what is Express.js? It is a very minimal and a powerful wave framework that is built on top of Node.js. Okay, it is built on top of Node.js, and it simplifies for us few things like the backend development, and it provides very different kind of essential tools for us. Example you can take is um, routes. Okay, here we are mapping the specific URL. Like for this, we took forward slash for mapping it to the root directory. Okay, in one project we are like apt.get forward slash, where we are mapping to the root directory. Okay, one more thing is here, let's make a public folder inside it, keep it index.html. Now see what happens. Okay, all right, all right, so we'll keep it like that. Okay, I'll tell you about that. It maps specific URLs. Okay. Mm, okay, I got one IJT, no issues. All right. Then the second thing is defining routes. One. The next point is handling the HTTP request and response. Okay. Okay. So basically, we can easily manage the, if you remember, if you have learned different kind of request, HTTP request, there is a GET request, there is a POST request, there is a PUT request, and HTTP and other HTTP methods are there. So all this can be easily handled by this. Okay. Second and the most is serving the static page. We have different kind of static page like HTML, CSS, HTML, all the static pages like HTML, CSS, images, and other static content. It also serves. And also, there is one more thing, templating. Keep in mind, okay, use dynamic templating to render different kind of personalized content based data. If you want to personalize different kind of content data, it can do that. And also middlewares. Okay, like chains tools together. Okay, it chains different tool together to process the request and response seamlessly. That is the middleware, act as a middleware by chaining different kind of tools together one after the other to process the request and send the response. That is templating and middleware. Access for templating and middleware. Is it clear? IGT in the chat if it is clear, or if you have doubt, just let me know right here. Hi, good evening, Benjamin. Yeah, is it clear? Okay, very good. How many it's clear? CLR in the chat. Yes, if it is clear, CLR in the chat. Introductions part. I think it's clear to few of you. Guys, do response. If you don't send the response, it will be okay. I got one from Nagaraj. Very good. Others, if you have doubt, just let me know because it will help you. So why we are using, okay, why? Let's come to why we are using it. One is the speed and efficiency. It's very lightweight and event driven. It's very making it efficient to handle all kind of requests concurrently. Okay, we are using for it is very modular and customizable. Okay, it's very let's take one example. And here also one more very important thing is by using Express.js, we do not need to nest or write very big codes. We the if you see the documentation, it has a very clear syntax and well documented features. Make it like if we are beginners, it's very easy to use Express.js because it is beginner friendly. Okay. What we can do is. mm, let's take a basic snippet. Okay, just to tell you about the just to give you a glimpse about the Express, I will write a code for the server using Express. Okay, and I will also explain that like the routing part. Okay, I'll tell you like how the routing is done for different kind of pages. We have done for the home page. For the other page, how the routing is done. Let's take an example of e-commerce app. Is it fine if I take an example of e-commerce app to tell you about the different routing, how routing is done? Is it fine? E-commerce example. Okay, shall I show you the weather app or various course? Or do you want you to? I didn't understand your question, Mahia. Yeah. Okay. Before doing that, show you the weather app. Okay. Yesterday we have built a weather app, and yeah, this is the app. Let me give you a glimpse. This is the complete code, and I have written everything in details. So node upt underscore. Sorry, callback weather. All right. Now you can see when we send a request, like while we run the app, you can see the output right here. Okay. And here it says the weather in London, the coordinates. Okay. It shows the weather. This is the response which we receive. What you can do is you can optimize it. You can parse this, what resources only you need. You can just keep those and eliminate the others. Okay, so this is what we get the London weather in London. We are asking about the weather in London. There we got the coordinates with the IDs, all the temperatures, what exactly data you need we have received. Now you can parse this data and show it. So basically this is what we have got. So there are few changes. This is the updated version of the code. Okay, the weather app. So here what we have done, yes, YT chat also will, Y chat also I will tell you. All right. All right. So let me tell you this in details. All right. So we have the basic URL for this. Is the code visible? Okay, error is there. What error are you facing? Can you tell me? Uh, 404 for the weather app, or which app you are talking about? Okay. All right. Let me explain this part, and then we'll move to the next part. Okay. What exactly I was talking you about is uh, mm, just give me a minute. There is a few changes. What? Yeah, there are few changes in the code we have already done. I guess you guys can see right here. All right. Let's move to that particular part, and I will explain you. This I have used the asynchronous code. Okay. So let's move to this particular part. Okay. So the first line. Okay. What is this asynchronous function? Okay, this first line is this line defines an asynchronous function, that is here in this particular case is get weather, that takes three arguments. Okay, here the get weather takes three arguments. One is latitude, lat is latitude, one is longitude, and one is the API key. Where to get the API key? Also, let me send the website. You also, let me tell you can get the API key I have mentioned here in this particular URL. Okay, home dot this API keys. You will get your API keys right here. Okay, in this open with the app login, and in this particular URL, I'm sending in the chat also so that it will be easier for you to understand. Okay, interview question for freshers. Okay, I'll be sharing. I'll be sharing at the end the interview questions for freshers. No, yes. Just remind me at 8:15 around. Okay, I'll be sharing those. So I have shared a link. Go to that link, get your API keys. Okay, from that you'll be getting your API key. So then the async keyword allows the function to use await for the asynchronous operation. That's why you are using asynchronous. Then we have const URL. Okay, part, let me tell you this const URL part. So what is this const URL part? So this line construct the URL of the open weather API request. Okay, it this is the URL for the open weather map API request, using this templates literals. It has template literals in it. And where are those? These are the template literals where it will be replaced with the latitude value, longitude values, and the API key that we are providing right here. All right. Sorry, this right here, API key, latitude, and longitude. This will be replaced in this particular URL. Okay. Then we have this try. Let me explain you this particular code. Okay. Then we have the try and catch error. Though this block encapsulate the whole operation, asynchronous operations, and the error handling. Okay, the try block has the constant response equal to await fetch URL. Okay, this line send a get request to the constructed URL. Okay, that we have using the fetch API. Here we are using the fetch API. It sends the request, get request with the latitude, longitude, and the API keys. Then the await. What this await do in this code? We have await right here. Await. What this does? So basically, this pauses the execution of the function until the fetch is complete. Okay, until the fetch is complete, it pauses the execution of the function and returns the response object. It returns the response object. So if not response okay, so this basically the if condition right here checks if the response was successful and the status code is between 200 to 299. So that is the success code for the request. It checks if the response has been successful. So if not, an error object is thrown with a message and HTTP status code. What is the like status code 400 or something? All right. So this part, I guess it's clear. Then we have the API keys. Okay. All the API key information. Okay. The catch block error blocks. It handles all the error thrown within the try block. Okay. The catch block handles all the error that is thrown by the try block and logs the error message in the console. All right. So then we have the this part. API key is hard coded. These are hard coded. What you can do is you can take the input from the user. Okay, the latitude and longitude values of where they want to know the. Then we have the dot then weather data. This part. Let's understand this. Okay, this particular part, basically this is the chaining, this chaining of, we are doing a chaining of dot then right here, dot then and dot catch method. Okay, here we have the dot then and dot catch. Okay, we are doing a chaining right here. So basically this dot then and dot catch method handles the outcome of the asynchronous, handles the outcome asynchronously. Okay, that is called the get weather function. Okay, these two handles the outcome asynchronously. So what, how the dot then weather data, okay, this particular part execute if the get weather function, if the get weather function is resolved successfully by receiving the parsed weather data. That is the weather data. Okay, it resolves successfully and retrieves the parsed weather data and logs the weather data to the console, like we have right here logged everything. Where is my console? Okay, in the console I'll show you. So then what we are doing is the catch block execute if there is an error during the get weather on its processing, log the error message. So this is basically the code. Okay, and once it's done, you can see here we have all the data. If I change the latitude and longitude, you will get of a different place. So here the place is London. Sorry, longitude. This is the longitude value. This is the latitude value, and and the name of the city is there. Everything is there. The API key also you can get. API key link I have shared, and the API documentation link also I am sharing with you in the chat. Okay. Okay, clear this part. Can you build the this particular weather callback weather app? You just, what you can need to do is build a front end of it. Okay, take the request from the front end and in the back end send in the front end take the input of longitude and latitude, and in the back end receive this information and display it in the browser. Okay, the weather and all the information. Try this. If you have doubt, just let me know. All right, let's come to this, the next topic, that is the handling routes and request, and we will move to the next part. Okay, so let's come to the next topic, that is handling the route and request. Is it clear, the weather app? So those who are asking me to see the output, is it clear for them? All right. So next, let's move to the next is handling the request, routes and request. All right. So let's understand that topic. Routes. You have, I have, and mm, let's understand the routes. Okay. So what is a route and what is a request? Okay. That this part is very important. Routes and request. Even you get this interview question on the routes and request part. So this part is also important for you guys, equally important for you guys. So be there. Okay. So I will show you a sample code also. So all your doubts will be cleared in this. So let's understand routes and request. So imagine your app as an city. Okay, sorry for the camera. Okay, so imagine your app. So you have an app right here. Okay, and imagine your app as a city. Okay, so understand the example, connect the example with the real life example, and you will have a clear understanding. Imagine your app is as a city with a specific address. Okay, imagine your app as a city with a specific address to it. This address are called routes. Okay, this address are routes and they are leading to different stores. Okay, this routes or this specific address are leading to specific stores that are called as handlers. So let's understand how express.js helps a user to find the responses efficiently. Let's understand. Let's go deep. I'll tell you more. So, what is a route and what is a request? Think them routes. Let's come to the first part as routes, and then I'll come to the request. Okay. So, think this routes. Think them as an address to a virtual city. Okay, routes are addressed to a virtual city where user sends request with a specific URL. Here, like we have forward slash, user sending in the request in the forward slash or in the home. So user sent a request with a specific URL and express.js. What it does, it matches them with the corresponding route. User sent the request, user express matches them with the corresponding route. So this way we have a efficient handling this efficient way of handling all the routes. It sends the request and express matches the corresponding route. Yeah, this route or this address what you have sent is request what you have sent is correct. And the request, so basically the request are like customers. So the requests are like customer that are entering your particular store, and they have few information along with it. That is the method, that is the header and the body. Okay, what they need. So your job is to interrupt. They carry all this information, method, headers and body in the request, and your job is to interpret their need and serve them right. Okay, just to interpret all their what they need. They have this information, they are entering your store, what they need, you need to interrupt it and serve them right. So this is what the requests, this is how the request thing goes on. So express.js provides method like get, post, put, delete to define the routes. App.get, app.post. So like we have written app.get. Similarly, Express provides get method, post method, put method, and delete method to define the routes for different kind of HTTP methods. Okay, so let's take an example where I will tell you about the get and post simultaneously. Okay, so let's jump to that particular part and understand that in details. Okay, All right. So one thing I need to do is let's create a file. Mm, all right. So let's create this and let's create a route and request. All right. In this route and request, what I can do is, yes, in this route and request, one thing I can do is let's create a, let's initialize this. We'll do complete it in npm init. And after that, package.json is created. Okay. So then we will create one more file that is named as server.js right here. All right. So here in this server.js, we'll do the setup right here. All right. And there I will also explain you the routing. So let's do this first. So the basic, we will do the imports, basic imports. That is the, we are using Express. So don't forget to import Express. I'm just writing it so that it get fixed in your mind. I'm not using any shortcut right now. Okay. So just get fixed in your head. Const Express. Now import is done. Const. Let's do an initialization. These are the basic step. Express. Okay. Now let's set the routing. Okay. Let's set the routing for the home page. The home page using get method. Okay, for the round home page using the get method. So const, sorry, app and method which you are using get method. Okay, for the home page is this. Okay, for the home page is this. Let me copy this once. Okay. Home page is forward slash the routing request and response we have, and we'll send the respond send will only send the in plain text welcome to LU website. Okay, then let's say this is the routing to home page. Then the, let's say we need to do the routing to a product page. Okay, so how to do the routing to product page? Here we need to change this to like website name. Let's say where website name is and www.amazon.com, and the product page will route to forward slash products Amazon. So this is the routing, this is the address. Homepage is forward slash, that is amazon.com forward slash. When you open it, it will send you a request as welcome to LU website. Okay, so when you for put the in the URL as products, and we'll add one more thing is ID. We'll tell you about it. Parameters. Okay, we have request and response. Then const product ID equals to request dot params dot ID Okay, so here what will it will do is it will fetch product datas. Okay, datas based on the product ID. Okay, based on the product ID you provide, and send message. Let's say you are requesting for the product with the ID as one, and that ID is for the process, and it will send the response accordingly. Okay, so then I'm just telling you about the how to do those app dot post method. So this app dot post, before writing that, why we are using it, we are using this to route, to handle adding an item to the cart. So for this specific secure thing, we are using the post method. Okay, where all the data is not shown in the URL and all the stuffs. So here basically what we will do is the path name will be cart. Okay, because and add. Okay, and here we have the request, always associated with the request and the response, anonymous function, and then const. If you need any explanation, just write the line code and I will be explaining you guys. Okay, any specific line you are facing difficulty. req.body, just body. Basically, then you can add item right here to the cart and send a success response. After this, okay, after this, what you can do? I'm just telling you about the route, so I'm just writing the route. Then simply app dot listen at port 3000, and here comma console dot sorry console dot log again server listening to all the requests sent by the browser on port 3000. Okay, save it. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, we haven't completed the code. This is the basic code, so that's why it's showing error. But yeah, the code is not complete. But this is how the routes look like. Okay, because we need to fetch all the product information and you need to pass this. Okay, the routing. This is just to keep how the routing get request is sent, how the routing post request is sent. All right. If you want any detailed explanation, just let me know. Are you able to get it? You don't need to remember everything. Okay. Hyphenance, yes. I need hyphen yes means you are accepting everything. You don't need to type it manually. Okay, clear. Anything you source code? Which source code you need, guys, for today's class? Okay. What I will do is today's we will do a project right here today. Okay, in the like next 5-10 minutes. But since few of you asked about the interview questions, so what I'll do is I will let's drop that first. Okay, let me complete that first. and then we'll move to the current topic. All right. Mm, I need to check this. Just give me a minute. Let me. I'm finding all the interview questions so that I can share with you guys right now. Okay. Uh, I'll tell you the questions and the answers. Okay. Uh, how many? Maybe around 10. What I'll do is, let me tell you about the 10 interview questions and their answer first. Okay. So are you ready for the interview? Why don't you answer? Yeah, sure. What was the question? I couldn't understand your question. Which question? Yeah, which question, Ishwar, you had doubt? Just let me know. Right now, what I'll do is I will provide you with the interview question for the Node.js. All right. So first question, make a note of it. All right. Are you ready with your pen and paper or notepad for the interview questions and answer? Yes. How many of you are ready? Okay. If you guys are ready, I have 46 people right here. How many of you are ready? Just write ready in the chat for the interview questions and answer. Yes. Are you guys ready with your pen and paper or notepad, anything? Yes, no, in the chat. People, where are you? Yes, ready. I got one ready from Subham. Abhishek ready. Okay, very good. Others, yeah, I will share the code. Just connect with the team or connect with me and we'll be sharing the code. Okay. All right, ready, ready. Okay, Praveen ready. Kedarnath ready. Okay, perfect. Okay, what is Node.js? Okay, first question, the very basic one. Node.js is an open source JavaScript runtime environment, but it is built on with like Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine, and it is designed very, you can say, for very highly scalable and efficient network applications. Okay, it is designed for that. If you tell this answer, you might be plugged in with another question like what is a Chrome V8 JavaScript engine? Question 2 that you can just write it. What is Chrome V8 JavaScript engine? I've already explained, you can answer it. Some may ask about the use case and the advantage of Node.js. Like what are the use case of Node.js? I have already explained data streaming, APIs, microservices, real-time application, chat applications, and advantages. It is fast, non-blocking. It is single-threaded. It has a very large community. So all these advantages you can give. Then some may ask, how do you install the Node.js and npm? That you can say, so you might be get one more question is explain the Node.js command line interface CLI. So you can say that you use the node to run script, okay, npm for package management, and you can tell about the few commands, common commands like cd ls for navigation. Okay, you can explain the Node.js command line interface. Okay, that is one question. The fifth question, you can how to create and run a simple Node.js script. That you can say what are the modules in Node.js. That is one more question. Okay, slowly. Okay, sorry, slowly. Okay, which question you want me to repeat? Okay, what are the modules in Node.js and how do you use them? Okay, so modules, what are modules, or we can say what are modules in Node.js? So modules are reusable code blocks, you can say, and you use the require and model name like require express to import the built-in, and this is the basic stuff. Okay, how do you handle error in Node.js? one which you have learned is try catch method. There are other ways. Try catch for the synchronous errors. Okay, error first callbacks these are, and there are other error first callbacks. Okay, for different kind of asynchronous operations which you will be learning. Okay, the next important questions which you get is the on the explain the event loop. What is a event loop and what is a non-blocking code in Node.js? Okay, what is the event loop and what is a non-blocking code in Node.js? That is also one of the interview questions you need to keep in mind. Make a note of it. Clear? How many questions you have noted till now? Yes. How many questions you have made a note till now in the chat? Till now, how many questions we have explained? Yes, quickly in the chat. All right. So then event loop is done. How do you use the callback function in asynchronous code? Okay, that you can tell is callback function are passed as a argument to the asynchronous codes, asynchronous functions. Okay, callback are function that are passed as argument in a asynchronous function, and it is executed when the operation is completed. Okay, when the operation is completed, this callback are executed. Okay, so this is one more question. We almost covered around 10 and 11 questions. Okay, I guess. And what do you why how do you use the callback function in a asynchronous code? That is the question. Okay, all right. So made a note of it. So how do you read and write files asynchronously? Read and write file asynchronously in a fs module. So fs.read file to read file, fs.write file with the callback and promises for the asynchronous operation. fs.read file, fs.write file is the answer. Question is how do you read and write asynchronously using the fs module? Okay, clear till this part? Made a note of it? How many of you have made a note? Yes, in the chat. And how many of you have not made? Just let me know. Okay, yes. Okay, only one yes. Others? All right, let me tell you a few more questions, then we will move to the what what is a web server and what is the role of the web server in a web development. We have covered this. That is the question. How to create a simple HTTP server using the Node.js. That is the practical you might get asked. What is Express and why we you use it? Okay, I have already explained this part today. You can answer this. Next question. Am I going too fast or it's fine? Because we have very less time, so I need to tell you about the project. I will give you a complete idea about the project. I'll tell you in details. You need to do it, so that's why. Yes, okay. We have 15 minutes, so let's do it quick. Explain how to create routes and how to handle different HTTP requests in Express. So app.get, app.post, all the methods you can tell and explain this. Explain how to create routes and how to create HTTP request in Express.js. All right, the next question. How would you build a basic to-do list in a Node.js? All right, and Express. So this is the project what we are going to do right now. Can anyone tell me how to build a to-do application using Node.js? What is the basic thing you need? Do you need any external dependencies? Yes. All right. Can anyone tell me? All right. All right. So now let's do the to do app. Okay. So let's do. So let's understand before doing, you need to build a to do app using. Let's build that. All right. So let's do it. Are you ready? We do with is DB required? Yes, MongoDB. You can make use of it for storing the to-do list. Okay. Okay. Uh, let's do. Let's understand the process for understanding making a to-do app. So right now, let me create a project. So what I'll do is I will tell you everything in detail so that you guys can do it. Okay, what exactly we need in a to-do app. Okay, first thing is we have created a project directory. Okay, then the package dot json. Okay, that you need to do initialize the project. Okay, the next thing is the dependencies. What are the dependencies we need? What are the additional resources we need for this? Okay, we need express, we need mongoose, we need body parser. Express this you need to insert mongoose body parser. We need all these three dependencies. Okay. Mm, okay. Anybody have know about it? Does anyone know about this dependencies? Yes. Anyone who has idea about this? Why you are using these dependencies? Yes. You can use chords. Yes. All right. So first thing is mongoose. Basically, first Express. Express, minimalist web framework. We are using it to handle all the HTTP request and response, all the managing the middlewares. We are using Express. For this, you also need mongoose. Mongoose. Sorry, the spelling. I hope it's right. Mongoose. We are using mongoose. Okay. So basically, to have a seamless interaction, the MongoDB interaction part, it's act as a like object modeling layer. Okay, what you can see for this MongoDB, which is a MongoDB, it's a no SQL database. So basically it simplifies the database interaction by providing, it provides a various documented oriented API to have a seamless interaction with the database. Okay, from this you can focus on the creating, manipulating the 2D data. We can use this to creating and manipulating the 2D data without doing any kind of manual configuration in the database. Basically, it easy makes the work easier to work with the database or MongoDB. Body parser extract the request or the body data. So when the user submit a data or the to do thing in the form, let's say I have a to do list that complete the send the assignment to the student and hit enter through the form. The raw data of the request needs to be passed into HTML object. This raw data need to be passed into HTML object. So the body parser here act as a middleware. Okay, the body parser here will act as a middleware that is designed to handle all this kind of task. Okay, takes the raw data and parse into a JavaScript body object. Okay, it is very easy to access to form data using this. Okay, so that's why basically it helps us to extract the information and utilize all this to do details. That's why we are using these dependencies. Okay, clear? These three dependencies we are done. Okay, I'll tell you everything in details. Okay, so that you guys can do, so you can define the data model. Just those who have uh, learned about database, it's very good. You can define the data model. You can create a file structure. Let me tell you the file structure. I will also tell you the file structure, so that how you can build this project by yourself. Okay, everything I will tell you in details. Yes, basically if you use MongoDB, it's better. All right, creating the routes. Okay, create a routes for the todos.js to define the API routes and all, and use the express methods here: get method, post method, put method, and delete method for different kind of actions. I'll tell you. And you need to implement one more thing is controller to handle the logic of each route. Okay, all the logic of each route will be handled by a controller. Okay, and there you need to put all those into the file structure. That is what I can say is controller dot j. This is how you need to handle this. And for the routes, create the routes for to define the API routes. Okay, routes. Okay, this is how you can do. Now you can build a basic simple front end. Okay, for the front end you can create a public folder, and here you can write your codes index.html. I'll give you the code for the HTML at least today. Okay, and the JavaScript also I'll tell you. HTML style.css. Okay, and CSS and .js. Okay, three files you can create in the public directory. Okay, and then so this is what you need right now, and a few more things. I'll take like more 5 minutes. That is that fine with you? We will use JavaScript to fetch and display information. For the server, you need to create a file, the server.js. Okay, let me tell you the file structure. Okay, uh, how to tell you the file structure. All these three will, you have the root project directory. I'm considering you are there in the root project directory. Okay, after the roots, you will have in all this in the public. Okay, all those three files. Sorry. Then you can create one for the models, where you will have the, what I can say is to do.js for the data model. Then for the routes, okay, you do this. Sorry. Also routes, then same, and for the controllers for, sorry, and for the controllers you can do server.js. You can send it directly server.js. This, all these three are inside public, right? Then package.json, you have front end is there, front end files are there. Okay, So model.js will come later because that is a part of the MongoDB. Okay. Then what I will tell you is the our part, that is the routes part. Okay. Routes part, basic, you need the import. Uh, okay. This, let me tell you about the this particular file, what you need to have in the routes file. Okay. Let me tell you the code. First, you need to import the express that you already know. Okay, because this is important. Then const you, okay, then you need to use the express routing. So const, okay, const, then router equals to express dot, we are using the router, express router. Okay, so this is about the router. And for the to do's, this you need to import the model. Okay, this model dot to do's. Okay, this is what you need to do write in this particular file. There are a lot of things that going to, then the routes. So router dot post method. Why? For new to do's, all the to do's you need to do post method, and put method to find a particular like to do, and delete to delete it. All right, so let's do that. Let me share the code I already have with you guys. Mm, this root directory, post request, asynchronous, and here constant new to do. Okay, and here from the request body you are receiving the new to do and saving it here, and you are saving the to do right here in the saved to do. Okay, and you are sending a response as JSON saved to do. The same, what I will do is I'll explain line by line. Okay, once I write, I will explain the code line by line. Okay, no need to worry about it. Mm, the first thing I need to tell is, okay, the routing post request is done. Now the put request, like finding the what you can say is the all the if you want to search for a particular to do, then what to do. Okay, so for that, what you guys can do is you use the router put method. Okay, use the router put method. Let me copy this and share with you. I'll explain. I'm also explaining you. So this is, and for deleting a any kind of to dos. Okay, three are there. Let me explain you one by one. All the three. All right. So the post method. Let's start with the post method. Can I take like more 5 minutes? Is it fine? 5 to 6 minutes? Yes. All right. All right. So let me explain you this particular line of code. But for this, just give me a minute. Which part to start with? MongoDB part, I think I will leave right now because it will be very difficult for you to understand. Let me explain you the this particular routing part. Okay. Yeah. All right. So express is there, router is there, to do router dot get is there. So the router dot get, you understand, I have already explained. Let's start with the router dot post method. Okay. So let's understand this particular part of the code. Okay. So here, this line describes the router will handle the root path, that is the forward slash. Okay. Router will handle the root path, that is the forward slash, and this means that it will handle the request to create, it will handle the request to create a new to do item. Similarly, this great handler, it is a asynchronous function. Okay. Using the async, inside this we have the const new to do request body. This create a new to do object. Okay, this creates a new to do object using the data that is received from the body. Let's say I created object remind me for to do's and hit enter. It create a new to do object, and from that, by receiving the data from the request body from the browser, and const saved to do, add new to do save, that saves the new to do item to a database using this dot save method. Okay, using the dots, using the save method, it saves those data to the database. That's what you are doing right here. Then the response.json save to do sends the newly created to do items as the JSON response to the client. Okay, and client here to the browser. Then let's move to this particular part is put. Okay, so this put, what does it does, this line defines the will handle router handler for a specific id is the path using the put method. This means that it will handle the request to update an existing to-do list based on the id. Let's say I want to update the following to-do list, I want to add the timing in the to-do list along with the assignment, so that you can add. The id part is a dynamic parameter. Okay, this id part is a dynamic parameter, meaning that it can catch any id value. Let's say my to-do list has a id as 23, it will catch that id value. Let's say my to-do list has id as 53, it will catch that id value and process it. Okay, and similarly it is an asynchronous function, and inside this function what you have is you have a const updated to do await to do find by id update this request parameter, all this thing, this finds the to do item with a specified id. Okay, and the request.params.id updates the data with the information from the request body, and the request.body, it returns the updated document. Request.body returns the updated document. Okay, and the new true option ensures that the updated document ensures that the updated document is the original one, not the past one. Okay, new true ensures that the updated document, that is updated to do list, that is updated, that is the original one, not the previous one, because it is updated. And json.response sends the updated to do list, okay, to the client, that is updated, this is updated and this is your updated data. Okay, and the last part that we need to see is, okay, this new part is here, new true. Okay, this new true is this. Then the router dot delete, this part is, let's move to this particular part of the code. Okay, so this particular part of the code, this line defines, it is same id by, it finds the id and delete the like to do list that is having the following id. Okay, and once all of this is done, what you can do is you can export the module. Okay, export the module. Clear till this part? Yes, no? Clear? Yeah, you can use, but I just, since most you can use both. There is, so I'm just saying this is the not the best optimized one, but this is the one of the way which you can use it. Okay. All right. Sir, please explain the 32 line params. This part, is it clear or do you want me to explain again? Satyajit, do you want me to explain again? Yes, no. Guys, if you are enjoying the session, do hit a like in this video. All right. Yeah. 32, explain again. Okay, no issues, no issues. I'll be explaining. 32 is updated to-do list, request parameter. All right. So this line 32, mm, what's the constant updated? Okay, put request is there. So basically, here the ID is the dynamic part. Okay, the ID is the path which you are using in the put method. Okay, like it means that it handles the request to update an existing to-do item based on their ID. If the ID of this to-do list is there, it will update that to-do list items, not the other. The ID part is a very dynamic part, meaning it can catch any kind of ID value. It is dynamic. You give any ID, it will catch that ID and it will help in updation of that particular part. Then the const updated to do equals await to do find by id update then request parameter all this there. Okay, new true till this new true. This what this block of code does. This block of code finds a new to do item with a specific id, and here the req.params.id request.params.id updates the data with the information from the request body. Okay, and req.body returns the updated document. Sorry, request body is req.body. Okay, and returns the updated document to updated to dos. And new true is ensures that the like ensures to get now the updated document is the original one, not the previous one. So what updated is that particular current to-do list item in that particular ID, not the previous version. So to ensure that new is used, okay, then response.json sends the updated to-do list as a JSON response to the client. Okay, clear, Satyajit? Yeah, I will yeah, okay, very good. Any more doubts? So now I told you about the file structure. We explained about the code. Similarly, you can create for the controller. Controller is will be handling all the requested. So let me give you a code for the controller right here only. Not here. So then you know how to create a server.js. Okay, start the server, handle all the request. Mm, let me tell you one. Okay. All the informations, okay, all the port information in here. Previously what you are doing in the previous server code, we are directly throwing out all the port number right here, port number 3000. But there is one way you can do is here you can create a utility file or name it as utils, and here in this util you can create a file as config.js. Okay, and here in this config.js file what you can do is you can here we require .env. Okay, this you can use it, and here you can, this makes the code much more secure. Okay, here you have const port env and you send. this is the most. Here you can just write your port number, okay, and just send the port informations. And all right, index, in the index.js you can, let me tell you the file structure of this to do app. Index.js, you can, this is what it is. Here you can create the utils. Okay, all right, so this is what it is. Config files, then you create a folder of all the roots, okay, and set all the, just a minute, uh, 1 minute, create a folder for the route, and create a file as to-do.js. This all I have explained. Just here I'm just setting all the routes, all to-dos, one to-dos, add to-dos, delete to-dos, update to-dos. You can create a route, okay. Similarly, you can create a model and controllers. Controller part I'm just giving right now, and I'll be ending, okay. You need to complete it. Okay, that's it for today. So do you find it useful? Yes, no? Sessions, controller code also I'm just giving you guys, okay, so that you can use it. Okay, I'll be sending you the to do app, okay. So that's it for today. I hope you guys are able to understand. So let's end the session. Thank you all for joining in. Hello, Sumit. So, do you find it useful this 3 days? Do you learn something new? Was it exciting? Yes, no, in the chat. Yes, no. All right. So that's it for today. We'll wrap it from this right now. In case if you have doubt, you can just let me know and you can connect with me or let the team know, and we'll help you to clear your doubts. All right. So thank you all for joining in. Have a good day. All the best for your careers and see you soon in the next session. All right. Good night.